Hello.
Hello and Happy New Year.
Happy New Bear Year.
Beer. Happy
Beer.
New Beer.
Happy New Beard.
Oh, thank you. I've been growing it over the festive period.
Me too. That was my resolution, was to grow a beard and also embrace mediocrity, because I decided that I might as well, if the rest of the country is doing that, I should too, and see how far that
Yeah.
gets me.
Why not? May as well. I'll tell
Did you
what,
have... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, I'm glad to see the back of 2024.
Yeah. I mean, me too, but can't say I've been super excited about 2025. So there's that. But, we had the holidays, which are always supposed to be a fun, happy time and never are. How were yours?
Yeah, it was good. Seeing lots of people, eating loads of food, drinking lots of drink. Really disappointed because I didn't get one nap the whole time I was off. I'm really upset about that.
Fair.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to 2025. Last year was a shit show.
Mm.
Lost my job, lost my house,
Mm-hmm.
family dog,
Mm-hmm.
Adam's dog, lost my dog, shat myself on holiday. Bad year.
You shat yourself?
Did I not tell you? I'm sure we down here.
Why do I feel like you didn't?
I feel like that.
Why aren't you telling me every time you poop your pants?
Look, I got food poisoning and then I shat the bed.
Maybe you did tell me that. Man, food poisoning in... Oh, maybe I'm thinking of when you were on holiday.
Yeah, that's when it was.
Oh, yes. Okay. I was thinking it was recently.
No.
Yes.
No. It's the order in
Okay.
which I said things confused you. Yeah.
Yes.
That was before.
Yes.
Actually, that was probably an omen,
Yeah, it might have been.
Yourself on holiday, get ready for the shit show.
Yeah. That's actually true.
No.
I'm glad that you didn't have a repeat incident of encopresis, which is, I think, the medical term for that.
Oh, is it?
I
Interesting.
think so.
Nice to know. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we'll see what 2025 brings, because what's going
fingers
down.
crossed, right? Fingers crossed.
Mm.
I mean, we could probably talk at length about the things that have happened, at least in America and politically, since our last episode, which, yes, our dear listeners, we hear you. We know it's been a while. We deserve a break on the holidays. And, just like take a break from your podcast sometimes, okay?
Yeah.
What was that face for?
The dog just did something really weird.
Oh.
I was like, oh.
Is it okay? Are you okay? Do I need to call the police?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, he's in here now. You're stuck in here now, Baxter, unfortunately.
Oh, Baxter.
Silly dog.
He won.
Yeah, but we are, we're back again, once again, in your ear holes, talking all the shit.
Mm-hmm. And hopefully warming up those heart holes.
Oh, yeah, baby. That's what we're here for.
Yeah. Well, I think, today will be kind of a easy, lighthearted episode. I have been generating ideas and content for us for this new year.
Yes.
And I think one of my brilliant...
Did you hear
Shut up, Baxter. I'll
right.
fuck you up.
Okay. Hold on.
Bye, Baxter. Hope you find your dad. Dear listeners, Gemma is removing the hound from her room because he is contributing far too much to this podcast, and we don't want to hear his complaints about more dog content. I'm just narrating what you're doing. Your choice if you want to leave it in.
He's the size of a bear. He's just gone out there and barked now, so...
Bye, Baxter.
Sorry, what were you saying before we got really interrupted?
Fuck, I don't remember now. Should we just call it a day?
Good
You threw me off.
Sorry. Baxter!
No, it's fine. I was just saying, I've been generating some content ideas for the new year, and some of it will, be a surprise. One thing I've been getting inspired by are more games for us to play. maybe
Same.
some improv, which is always fun. I mean, we basically do improv every episode because none of this is really scripted or
That's true. The
researched at
whole
all.
thing is improv. So.
But more intentional improv.
Okay. God, this feels pressurized.
But I came across something that I thought you might enjoy. I mean, I have a couple things, but I think the one I want to start with, and whether we choose to do another one after, we can decide. But I think you will enjoy this. And this is cue the music. I'm trying to think of how to describe like maybe a lighthearted but kind of eerie or maybe whimsical, magical type of music. Ooh. Welcome to Choose Your Own Adventure with Talking Shit and a Yank and a Brit.
Ooh.
Do you know anything about Choose Your Own Adventure books,
No.
games? Have you ever read any of those books?
Negative.
Okay. Books are a thing from the
Ooh.
olden days
Are they? What is this
that you have
whimsical
to.
thing you speak of?
It's like a verbal movie.
What, like a podcast?
Yes. Okay. So, like, I didn't read too many of these growing up, but there were these books where you could kind of you would read a prompt, and then at the bottom there would be like, "Do you want to open the door? Do you want to go downstairs?" And then and it's like, "Go to page this if you want to do this," and then you kind of follow the
Oh,
outcome based on your choices, right?
that sounds fun.
Yeah. Um, and books are great, but I think Choose Your Own Adventure really shines in the form of like video
I
game
was going to say it
and
sounds like a video game.
yeah, which I play a lot of kind of choose your own adventure video games too,
Mhm.
that like the outcome is dependent on the choices you make throughout the game. Um, but also, I think I'm not a Dungeons and Dragons fan. Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
But I always think that I probably could get into that if I were a nerd. No, just kidding. I just think a lot of effort needs to go into it. But basically, you kind of like develop a character and you have missions and um, you develop your skills and like your choices kind of impact the outcome of the game. And then there's someone who kind of leads it. That's not what we're doing today.
Okay, good.
Uh, this is just an online choose your own adventure click through a website called Clickhole that has a lot of different ones.
I love the name
Um,
of that website.
yes, I think it's very fitting with our whole scheme,
Yeah. A whole
pun
brand.
intended. But for today, I thought, or at least for this first one, I thought you might like you're a Hogwarts only guidance counselor. Can you
Oh,
convince anyone to go to college?
okay, I'm down. I'm in.
Okay. So bear with me because I haven't practiced like clicking through this while also doing it with someone else. So it might be a little clunky, folks, but fuck off.
We'll get there.
So I'm going to read prompts, and when there's choices, I will read them to you, and then you pick. And
Okay.
I don't. Can you share your screen on here? I feel like I want to show you pictures, but I don't know if I can.
No, I mean, really, we should just go to Zoom because there's a lot more capability on Zoom.
Yeah, well, maybe pivot this year to something like that. But basically, I'm just gonna have to describe the pictures to you, okay?
Okay.
So imagine, again, you're a guidance counselor at Hogwarts, or a Hogwarts only guidance counselor, whatever that means. Zoom in on a picturesque castle with a nice pink sky. It's very medieval. I mean, you probably see this shit in your daily life in England. This is not shit we see in America, but I know you are very familiar with the Harry Potter world, so I think you know what I'm looking at. It's effectively a picture of Hogwarts.
Okay, cool. I'm in.
Caption. We're getting started now. Wow. Another day is dawning at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, the UK's top ranked secret magic school where sometimes a kid will die and everyone just rolls with it.
So it's the wow.
Yep.
Really got me.
Okay, moving forward. Picture of the Great Hall, where they eat their food and get sorted, and there's
Oh,
the
yeah.
like kind of stage with the professor's table and stuff
Yeah,
and rows
floating
of other tables.
candles.
In the Great Hall, the flickering glow of 1,000 enchanted candles illuminates the goblins' custodians as they scrape up the absolute carpet of last night's chicken scraps, pocketing some for later.
Right.
In their studies, venerable professors of enchantment and spellcraft have sweat-soaked robes over their awful bodies and quaff their morning vials of griffin's blood to help them with their groin problems.
Oh, God.
In the cellar, ancient stones quiver and groan as some kind of fucking demon shows up for no reason.
Yep.
And in the parking lot, you're having a panic attack in your car.
Oh.
Okay, it's passing. You're a Hogwarts-only guidance counselor, and this happens to you every morning because your job is a nightmare.
Oh, God.
Thanks to the unholy powers they manifested before they knew the word puberty, the magical children in your care have no emotional vocabulary and zero coping skills.
Standard, yeah.
Your job, if you choose to accept it, is to help them sort out their lives, but their eyes completely glaze over at any problems they can't unzap with purple lightning.
Right.
One time you attempted to tell a kid he should try exercising and he turned your appendix into a cactus.
What a wanker.
Yes, please. I'll try to pause so you can react, but yes, this is what I'm looking for. Very natural reaction to you being in this role.
Yes, thank you.
Also, you get no benefits and sometimes they pay you in dried lizard parts.
Mate,
Yum.
come on, Dumbledore. Sort your life out.
So, in addition to this, you might want to start thinking about unionizing.
Yeah, I will.
Okay, so the prompt says start your
Problem.
day, and that's it. So I'm going to just go ahead and choose that for you, unless you want to stay in your car, in which
No,
case then we're done.
I'll stay. Yeah. No, I'll start my day.
Okay. All right, we're looking at a picture of a grand staircase. I think this is maybe one where we saw Emma Watson's character come down during that dance or whatever, and she looks so, it's like the first time anyone realizes she's pretty.
Yeah. Because she's brushed her hair.
Yeah, wearing a dress.
Yep.
Maybe wearing a little lipstick on that pale, pale face of hers. You make your way up to your musty little office in the Hubli Grundlethwaite Memorial Spire. It's named for your predecessor, who got pulled in half when some Ravenclaws tied him to 2 brooms and sent him flying in opposite directions. They never
My
found his top.
God, this sounds awful.
It was either this or business school. That's
I
kind of
don't
where you were at.
remember like Hogwarts being this violent. It was
Yeah,
more
I think
whimsical than
they
magical.
really watered it down for audience consumption, I think.
Yeah.
But typical Hogwarts lore, I think, is more akin to the real grim fairy tales that are actually super dark.
Yeah, probably.
On your way up the stairs, you pass a pair of students taking turns ripping each other's souls partways out of their bodies and then shoving them back in.
As you do.
The latest school fad that seniors claim gets you high. Their noses are both bleeding freely onto the carpet. One of the nearby enchanted paintings begs you to lick it. It takes 45
Yeah.
minutes to get there because the stairs keep fucking spinning.
Those fucking stairs. What a nightmare.
Shall we get settled in?
Yes.
Okay,
Please.
we got some choices coming up soon.
Okay, cool.
Finally, you toss your briefcase onto the couch and sink into your desk chair. Sensing your presence, the enchanted portrait of Hubli Grundlethwaite on your wall starts back up screaming at you to tell you how he died, as it does every morning, but it's blessedly muffled by the extra thick towel you've tossed over it.
Yeah, I'm so sick of that guy's shit. Honestly.
Just every morning.
Yeah,
Yeah, we can't find your
morning.
top. Get the fuck over it. Okay, this half hour before your first appointments is by far the best part of your day. How will you spend it? You can either go over your schedule or do some magic.
I want to do some magic.
I thought you might. Okay. Do you really think you'd be a guidance counselor if you were any good at magic? No. Unfortunately, you graduated near the bottom of your class from Mistress Salamander Eater's Remedial Trade Academy for barely magic androgens,
Wow.
just ahead of Belial Goosehips, now a rare lizard farmer. And just behind, Capricorn Montenegro recently got turned into a permanent baby.
Fuck.
You're roughly as magical as a very lucky rooster.
Sounds about right.
But because you know that magic exists, the mandatory non-disclosure agreement you were forced to sign as a tiny child prohibits you from ever holding any secular job. Otherwise, you'll be magically sued by the secret government and or have all your memories repossessed. That said, you do know one spell. Do you want to cast it?
Yeah.
Okay. It's a picture of a wand with some zhuzh.
With some jizz.
Now repeat after me. Plopam pepperonis.
Plopam pepperonis.
You cry and cast the spell that conjures a single loose nipple.
My nipple or just a random nipple?
It's just a single loose nipple. And with a flash and a squish, a brand new individual nipple peers over your desk and flops onto the wood with a deli sound. This one seems male, but it's hard to say.
Right. Cool. Okay. What do I do with the nipple?
Well, you have the option to get rid of the nipple. Would you like to?
Yes, please.
Is it making you uncomfortable?
Yes. I'm very
Okay.
uncomfortable with the nipple on my desk.
Yep. Fair enough. You gingerly peel the nipple off your desk and put it in a drawer with the rest. No way in hell you're going to get the reputation as a faculty member with a trash can full of nipples.
Why am I doing this spell over and over again?
Well,
I've got a drawer full of nipples.
And it is a picture of a drawer full of nipples. Well, 5 nipples anyways, of varying shape sizes and nipply bits. I mean, and if anything, folks, nipples come in all different
They
shapes
certainly
and
do,
sizes. But at this point, you're so good at the spell, you could cast it in your sleep, and sometimes you do. You still got a little more time before your day starts, so I guess you can go over your schedule.
Okay, I'll go over my schedule. Yeah, thanks.
You
Should have
close
done
the
that in
drawer
the
of
first place.
nipples and pull out your book. All right. Looks like you've got 4 appointments on your docket today. 4 mandatory counseling sessions with hormone-swollen prep school teenagers, their egos throbbing with the power of young gods, who will ignore everything you say, stare at you glassy-eyed as they imagine bending you to their will with sorcery, or at least blinding you. Another useless day. Pretty long lunch, though. And your schedule options are... I'm going to read you the names. Comely Butterbreath, who is a Hufflepuff. Spigot Saltimboca, who is a Slytherin. Copernica Gumpt. What house do you think she's in, or they are in?
Ravenclaw.
Good job. And then Ronald Weasley, who is famously known.
Gryffindor.
Yes. And your options are ugh, shit, or fuck this.
Shit.
Okay. You know what? It's time to change your life. You read a very persuasive Chipotle bag last night, and that's what it said. You must change your life. The picture's a fist going like this. You're tired of bunting. Today you're going to hit a home run or do the best thing you can do in Quidditch. You're going to scribble the big screamer or whatever. Today's the day you finally make a difference in these kids' lives. Today is the day you finally break them out of their charmed autopilots and get them to seize the broom handle of their own destinies.
Whoa, so empowered right now.
Today's the day you finally fucking convince a single Hogwarts student to even consider going to college.
Okay. I didn't know there was a wizard in college.
Well, maybe we'll learn more about that today.
Yeah, okay.
Your options are yes, it's time to start living, bring on the children. Those are your 3 options.
Oh, I thought that was one option.
Nope. Yes is one. It's time to start living is another. And bring on the children is the third.
Number 2, please.
It's time to start living?
It's time to start living, baby.
Baby. Okay. You whoop and holler at your desk for a while and become very lightheaded. Behind the towel, the enchanted painting whoops along with you. You force back the thought that it might be your one friend here. Might be. Someone's knocking at the door. This must be your first appointment. Comely Butterbreath. Do you say enter, behold, or do you try to magically open the door?
I'm just going to say enter. I don't want more nipples.
Okay, could you yell enter because it's all caps with an exclamation point?
Enter!
Good. Okay. So it's a picture of a little girl in a witch's hat and striped pink stockings and red boots. I'm going to go ahead and send you a picture of this for your reaction, just so you can visualize Comely Butterbreath.
What an unfortunate name.
I imagine. Yeah. All right. Incoming to you.
At least it's not Cumbrath, though.
Yeah, right. That might be your nickname. Tell me your reaction to her.
Oh, she looks...
Gap-toothed?
That's the word I'm looking for. Yeah, gap-toothed. She looks like sort of Pippi Longstockings with a witch hat. Not going to lie, she looks annoying.
Yep. Hiya, chirps Cumley, plopping down on one of your enchanted armchairs, the one that tells lies about Tony Blair for money.
Right.
Did you know that Tony Blair once spent 68,000 pounds on imported snow because his wife insisted it melts faster if you bury it and refused to get out from under her car until he proved it? Says the armchair. Anyway, if you liked it, I have a Patreon with a lot of great incentives for subscribers. Definitely check it out. Okay, so you have three options to engage with Cumley. You can say, "Tell me about yourself, Cumley." Or you can say, "How are you liking Hogwarts?" Or you can say, "What do you want to do with your life?"
Option number 1. Tell me about yourself, Cumley.
Good. I think that's a nice way to build some rapport with
Yeah,
this annoying child.
what I was thinking, yeah.
Okay. So this apparently gets Cumley real excited because here's how she looks now. And while you look at that,
What? Okay. She's kind of got her
Cumley said,
knees together, hands on her knees. It's probably not something a young girl should do, to be honest.
nope, kind of a gummy smile or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Or maybe she's like hissing like a cat, like.
Oh, yeah, maybe she's not that excited. But she does tell you about herself as you've asked.
Cool.
She says, "Oh, I don't know. I'm just your average Hogwarts student. I'm from a small oil rig off the coast of Dunfordham on top of another Dunfordham, and my parents sell counterfeit newspapers."
Okay.
She goes on to say, "My favorite class is which animals is it okay to boil alive in pursuit of sorcerer powers with Professor Kennedy Shriver, because he makes boiling certain animals alive fun. My least favorite class is just two potions with Professor Porm, because that's not enough."
Okay.
She continues, "My best friend is a living rose bush in the school woods that's guarded by a gigantic seagull you'll have to trick into eating its own beak. I have a crush on Albert Mephistopheles, even though Dumbledore turned his head into a mannequin head as punishment for smelling too much like one of his dead friends. My favorite food is fettuccine alfredo eaten out of my mother's cupped hands, and my favorite spell to cast is one that summons most of a cowboy."
All right. She's.
Just like you thought, she's a stereotypical Hufflepuff.
Yeah, clearly.
Next question.
Mm.
How are you liking Hogwarts? What do
Mhm.
you want to do with your life?
How are you liking Hogwarts?
Same pose, just so you know. "Oh, I absolutely love it here. Hogwarts is the greatest place on earth, and everyone is here is so nice."
Whoa.
I don't know. That's what she said.
It went dark.
"I still remember on my very first day here, a girl walked right up to me and said, 'I'm Lucretia Osobuco. Do you want to see how time began?' Then she cast a spell to open a portal to the beginning of time, where together we watched God get the idea for time from reading Sports Illustrated's annual 'What Time Is It' issue. After that, we were fast friends until she went through a very rapid growth spurt and got permanently wedged in one of the bathroom stalls." You can go back to "Tell me about yourself, Cumley," or "What do you want to do with your life?"
All right. What do you want to do with your life, Cumley? Come on.
All right. Go ahead and give me your reaction to this. In response to that question, she
So she's holding a carved pumpkin and grinning at me.
proceeds to say, "That's easy. I want to live deep in the woods, seduce younger men, and then shrink them down to the size of crickets and trap them in the spooky squash. It'll be
Me
sort
too,
of like..."
girl.
I feel that, actually. That resonates with me. She says, "It'll be sort of like a terrarium for boys. I'll feed them corn kernels."
Okay. Sounds interesting. I like where your thinking is heading.
Well, you can't say that
Oh.
as a guidance counselor because you need her to go to college, right? So
Oh, yep.
you're feeling like this is, in fact, oh no, bad start is what it says.
Oh, I forgot I was a counselor.
Your follow-up question options are: 1, how will you make money? 2, do you think you'll find that fulfilling? 3, won't they be able to get out of the top because the squash is open at the top?
Yeah. Do you think you'll find that fulfilling? Yes, I know she will.
I mean, given this next picture or response from her, somehow procured more squash. Where's she keeping all of these?
She loves the squash.
Mm-hmm. She says, "Of course I will." Cumley's eyes are glittering like 2 CDs sparkling in a microwave.
Well, that's good.
If I ever get tired of hunting for younger men to make army man-sized, I'll just start playing God to my tiny boy gourd society. I'll blast Lupe Fiasco until the bass shakes their tiny pumpkin seed huts apart and make them start over from scratch. Or I'll shrink a lady down and force them to compete for her affection like a tiny pumpkin-themed season of The Bachelorette.
Mate, this girl's brain is worrying.
Well, and your only follow-up question to that is a reasonable one, which is, how will you make money?
How will you make money, Cumley?
Oh, I'm already very wealthy. She's sitting on the floor now with the squash between her going,
Okay.
I'm already very wealthy. Last year I came up with a potion that sends you into blissful, tranquil, dreamless sleep. You can take a smaller dose just to feel a gentle, long-lasting euphoria. I call it Cumley's Brain Glop.
Shit name, but I'm interested.
It turns out it's actually super addictive too, so I've been cooking up huge quantities of it in the potions lab, shipping it all over the wizarding world and turning a massive profit. Then I invest that in gold and trick Hagrid into swallowing it for safekeeping.
God. So we've got a fucking wizard meth cooker.
Well, your response actually is, that sounds like heroin.
Yes.
And she says, yes. Your prompt to choose is, well, have you thought at all about college, Cumley?
Well, have you thought at all about college, Cumley?
Okay, this one's got quite a few options, just FYI.
Okay.
Cumley says, if I have, someone must have pulled the idea out of my mind and trapped it in some kind of magic music box. That happens a lot here. What's college?
God.
Now's your time to shine.
Okay.
Here are your options. Option 1. College is a very expensive way to meet men named Bryant and then much later find out they died climbing on top of a subway car.
Okay.
Option 2. College is where you stock up on all the experiences your young brain needs to make nightmares for the rest of your life. Option 3. College is where you go to lose your mouth virginity to a dancer. Option 4. College is where you learn one thing pretty well and then spend the rest of your life figuring out if anybody wants to talk about it. And finally, college is what risky business is all about.
Oh.
I think the movie, because it's in quotes and capitalized and
Oh,
shit.
okay.
So
Okay. Sorry, can you give them to me again?
yes. Option 1. College is a very expensive way to meet men named Bryant. Much later find out he died climbing on top of a subway car. 2. College is where you stock up on all the experiences your young brain needs to make nightmares for the rest of your life. 3. College is where you go to lose your mouth virginity to a dancer. 4. College is where you learn one thing pretty well and then spend the rest of your life figuring out if anybody wants to talk about it. And then risky business.
I'm going to go with number 2, the where you make your nightmares come true.
Got it. Oh, I don't know. She looks a little skeptical, but says, that doesn't sound appealing at all. Will I learn a bunch of cool new spells at college, like one that melts someone's teeth together into one big tooth?
Yes.
That is an option.
Yes, definitely will.
4. There are 4 options. The first one being no, but you'll learn all about literature or even French literature. 2. No, but you'll make lifelong friends you can grow up alongside. 3. No, but you can expand your consciousness with drugs. And 4. Yes.
Yes.
She says, it's obvious you're lying. The ornate tattoo on your neck that says liar is glowing. She's right. She found your tell for the umpteenth time you curse your mother's unconventional parenting style.
Fuck's sake, mother!
Why would you lie to me like that? Why would you lie to a child? You're a faculty member and you'd lie to a child just like that?
Yes.
Your option is to say, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I just wanted to help.
I'm so sorry.
Well, it's all one. So.
Oh, it's one. Okay. Yeah, so sorry. I just wanted to help.
Yeah, I
Wasn't
don't think
not
this
helping.
college is for me. I'll stick to trapping shrunk boys in my O-lantern in the woods, thank you very much. Well, I've got to get to class. Have a great day, a truly great day. And Cumley proceeds to flounce out of your office, leaving you alone with your failure.
Brilliant.
I'm Tony Blair himself, says the enchanted chair. Forgot he was there.
Yeah, I forgot about Tony Blair, the chair.
You can either sigh, howl, or howl sigh.
I want a howl sigh.
Care to demonstrate what that's like? Now that there's less air in your body, you feel a little bit better. You beefed it with Cumley, that's for sure, but you still got 3 more chances to get it right. Might have to adjust your tactics, though. Plus, a nice long lunch break.
Yay.
You've got a little bit more time before your appointment with Spigot Saltimbaka. What do you want to do? Run to the bathroom, learn a new spell, or sit motionless and try to stop your heart?
Learn a new spell.
If there's one thing you learn from your one free consultation session with a life coach, it's that it's never too late to learn new skills. The other thing you learned was that life coaches are both super expensive, despite definitely doing worse in their lives than you are. It was a very helpful session.
Yeah.
With a grunt, you heave your barely used copy of the Dullard's Tome of Spells That Probably Won't Kill You, But Might onto your desk.
Cool.
Open to a random spell. The first spell you see is Totinus Fold-em-up. When performed correctly, the spell instantly converts a single pizza into a calzone and vice versa. If performed incorrectly, the spell's caster's skin may switch places with their skeleton, or vice versa.
Oh, that's quite risky.
Yikes.
I really like pizza, so that it's a good spell. But I need my skin.
I agree, and I think the other issue is, like, it doesn't appear you have a pizza in this moment.
That's true, yeah. Didn't even think of that.
I mean, maybe you do. I don't think you do, though.
I usually do have a pizza quite nearby.
Yeah.
But
not today.
Yeah, not today.
So, yikes, this one looks maybe a little heavy-dutier than you want. So let's flip to a different page, shall we?
Yes.
The next spell is Omnibus Inflagrato.
Ooh.
Care to guess what this one does?
Omnibus I feel like it's going to set something on fire.
Good job.
Thank you.
When performed correctly, the spell creates an absolutely massive pillar of fire that ignites the Earth's atmosphere.
Oh, fuck.
If performed incorrectly, the spell will create an absolutely massive pillar of fire that ignites the Earth's atmosphere.
Okay, cool. So I can't really go wrong.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you'll definitely learn some new magic at some point, but maybe now's not the time. Good on you for trying, though.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah. God loves a try.
There's a firm, meaty knock at your door. This must be Spigot.
Enter!
For a couple... Say that again.
Enter!
Just a sec. For a couple quid, I'll tell you why Tony Blair sleeps inside a shellacked beaver dam, says the enchanted chair.
Cool. Thanks, Tony.
You can say, come on in, or behold in all caps.
Behold! I didn't realize behold was like an
enter command. Yeah, me neither. Okay. Hey, I'm here for my appointment.
Loving these characters, by the way, Kate.
Your reaction is to think, Jesus, what the hell? This guy seems way too grown up to be a Hogwarts student, and he smells like an Amtrak hot dog.
Is he
Amtrak is our version of a train, like company, kind of like
okay.
British Rail, I think.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
And naturally, your first question is, are you really Spigot Saltimbaka?
Are you really spigot, salt, and butter?
Uh-huh. You can ask, aren't you a little old for a Hogwarts student?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I got held back a bunch.
Oh.
Spigot settles into the enchanted armchair with a grunt. Up close, the hot dog smell is overpowering, and underneath it, you catch whiffs of what you're pretty sure is Abercrombie Fierce Cologne, the one with the hunk torso on the bottle. It's losing the battle with the hot dog smell. Do
This
you?
guy's not going to go to college, is he?
Probably not if you got held back a bunch, but
Yeah.
you're going to try anyway.
All right, I'll try anyway.
Based on what he said about getting held back a bunch, it's natural that you maybe want to explore that. Do you want to ask him why?
No, I don't care.
Are we just going to stop then?
Oh, I thought there were options.
Yeah, nope. Some of these are just, you don't really have an
Oh,
option.
okay. Yeah, fine. Yeah, I'll ask him what happened.
Okay. This one does have options, just so you know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sure. First time was because my grades were so bad. Next time is because I pranked Snape by switching his medicine with rare fish eggs and actually got him desperately addicted to expensive rare fish eggs.
Okay.
Then there were a bunch of years where a dark wizard had me trapped in the same looping minute, so I kept getting marked absent and having to do the year over again. Joke's on them, though, because I got to eat a totally good hot dog like a billion times.
Oh, that's why you smell of hot dogs.
But after that, classes didn't seem so important and all my friends graduated, so I had been seeing if I could steal a teacher's glass eye. I haven't pulled it off yet because none of the eyes I've gotten close to have turned out to be glass. They hold me back every time they catch me doing it, which is every time. I figure
Yeah.
it's gotta happen soon enough, though. Law of averages and shit.
Yeah, you know.
So you can ask him or say to him, you must be pretty great at magic by now. That's one.
Mm-hmm.
2 is, do you even like Hogwarts at this point? And 3 is, do you have any plan for when you graduate?
Let's go for, you must be pretty great at magic by now. He's going to say no, isn't he?
He says, oh, for sure. I'm probably the most powerful wizard in the UK at this point. I can cast all forbidden spells, the one that turns someone permanently Lebanese, the one that gathers all the world's ants in one spot, even one that braids 3 people together.
Oh, well, that's great. Human centipede.
Would you mind keeping that quiet, though? I think Dumbledore would have me killed if he found out. I'm pretty sure I'm technically a weapon of mass destruction.
Sure.
So your remaining 2 options are, do you even like Hogwarts at this point? Or do you have any plans for when you graduate?
Do you have any plans for when you graduate?
Cut to the chase. I like it. Oh, yeah. I'm all set. Got a sweet gig lined up with Hagrid. The school only pays him in big roast turkey legs, so he's been supplementing his income selling magical animal organs to Brazilian hedonists. They use them for delicacies or powders or maybe rituals. We don't really ask. But if there's one thing you need when you're extracting magic animal organs to sell to Brazilians, it's ditches. Lots of ditches. Stuff goes everywhere if you don't have a good ditch for it. And if there's one thing I'm good at, it's ditch digging thanks to my barbarian physique. So to answer your question, I'm gonna dig ditches for Hagrid to put organs into. He's gonna pay me in turkey legs. Dumbfounded, you remind yourself of what your goal here is today, and you may ask him, and it is your only option.
Yeah.
Have you considered going to college?
Yeah, that was going to be my next question. Have you considered going to college?
See, you know your job well.
I know what I'm doing.
Me? At college?
Yeah.
Jeez. I don't know. I hadn't really planned my life any further than digging ditches for turkey legs. Do you think going to college could help me achieve my dream?
Yeah.
What dream do you think he's talking about?
What dream is he talking about?
What's that, you ask?
What's that? I ask.
I want to be the first wizard in history to cast a spell on the queen that makes her puke out tadpoles on live TV during her jubilee. I think it'd be funny, and maybe she'd shout something like, I can't believe all these tadpoles! People could do remixes. Will college help with that? You have 3 options here.
Mm-hmm.
You could say, sure. You could say, it just might. Or you could just smile silently.
It just might.
You squeeze out something non-committal and fake a cough to keep Spigot from seeing the faint glowing of your liar tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
He says, well, now you had my attention. Well, you had my attention, but now you have my interest. Or, you have both my... I don't know how that one goes. Tell me more about college.
Oh, I've got him hooked.
You can say one option, I could tell you, or I could show you.
Oh, I like it. What am I showing him?
We're getting there. Whoa, you do that for me? Show me a college? For me? I'm Spigot. And you do that for me? Gemma, it's working. He seems genuinely excited. Your heart leaps with something you haven't felt since the day firefighters freed you from your padlock your ex put on your shower. And that is hope. Can you teleport us to a college? He asks.
Oh no, I'm not very good at magic.
You say, sure I can. This is so exciting. No one at Hogwarts has ever believed in me before except for Hagrid, but only because of my bulging biceps and roguish Oh wait, no, he says this. Never mind. Sorry, I got confused. Sure I can. This is so exciting. Because you ask him if he can teleport. Anyway. No one at Hogwarts has ever believed in me before except for Hagrid, but only because of my bulging biceps and roguish twinkle in my eye. You, before he does this, plug good college into Google Maps and point to where it comes up. From his pocket, Spigot produces a strand of leaping linguine, and the two of you start slurping from either end. When your lips touch, there's a flash and a sharp scent of roast basil, and you're somewhere else. All right. Where do you think you end up?
Lincolnshire.
Is there a college there?
I don't know. Probably.
Well, wrong.
No.
Suddenly, you hear, "Hi, welcome to Princeton. My name is Constance, and I'm guessing you're by your sudden impossible materialization There we go. Materialization that you're here for the tour." The world snaps around you into focus. Towering old buildings crusted with photogenic vines, sprawling quads where hoary titans of academia recline, and tenderly guided co-eds hands out their tenderly let me start over. Sprawling quads where hoary titans of academic recline and tenderly guide co-eds hands towards their tenure-buttressed groins, healthy-breasted students of all genders and some races playing grab ass in the Magnolia Groves.
Wow. This is a very sexual
This is Ivy
college.
League, too. Yes, this is a college if you've ever seen one, and you've only ever seen one, but that's enough to make a statement.
Yeah.
You and Spigot peel some residual pasta off yourselves and get presentable. You have two options you can say.
Mm-hmm.
We're here for the tour, or we're secret wizards from Brexit Island.
Brexit Island. Yeah, we're here for the tour.
Sure thing, says Constance, and breaks into what you can only describe as a backward sprint. Almost suddenly, she trips over a jutting stone, lands hard in her palms, and seamlessly starts scuttling like a four-limbed centipede for a bit before pulling herself upright mid-stride. This happens again and again throughout the tour. A little about me, she cries. I'm a sophomore trampoline major from New Connecticut, Connecticut, and my main activities are field hockey and the anti-field hockey guerrilla battalion, and I'm currently under disciplinary review for cowardice.
Right.
You jog after her. You do your best to keep up with Constance, who finally pauses by a gorgeous residential building. This is Amanda's dorm. With a state-of-art amenity, central air conditioning, easy-to-access academic building, it's no wonder every Princeton student wishes they were Amanda, living by herself in this cavernous dorm complex built entirely for her. They say Amanda drags her mattress to a different room every night, but since no one's allowed in, no one knows for sure. You may ask, what happens when Amanda graduates? Would you like to?
Yes, please.
Oh, they'll never let her. Not until she pays off the cost of that dorm, and that'll take centuries. Constance then scuttles off to the next tour stop. So you chase after her.
Okay.
Oh God, this is getting a little boring. Okay, moving forward. We're just going to power through.
Keep going.
Sorry, what was that?
I just said keep going.
Okay. Over there is a prospective student shanty town. As I'm sure you know, Princeton admissions are extremely competitive. It's important for our admissions officer that applicants be not just outstanding scholars, but truly dedicated to the university. We couldn't be more thrilled that our most enterprising applicants start taking it upon themselves to camp out at the edge of campus to prove their commitment. What started as a scant few shacks has now grown into a sprawling village of high schoolers who barter, fight for scraps, and brave the wild dogs for a slim chance of getting an acceptance letter. At this point, if you don't live in the shanty town, you've got no shot at Princeton. Princeton's an Ivy League school, so like some of this is not fully inaccurate. I mean, obviously it's not true, but it is hard to get into school. That's just as an aside. As you watch a pack of haggard dogs drag a kid in a filthy cardigan screaming into a nearby wood. Spigot seems bored and disengaged. Hopefully the tour pikes his interest soon so you can finally get a Hogwarts student to go to college for goddamn once.
Yeah.
You continue the tour. This is our brand new, totally state-of-the-art primate behavior research lab. It's the most advanced lab of its kind in the country, if not the world. The apes look over almost immediately. It's theirs now. We don't go in there anymore. Oh, they took over almost immediately. And they don't go in there anymore. It belongs to the apes now.
Fair.
You continue to follow Constance. This is the math pit, where most math comes from. Digging for math is backbreaking, thirsty work. Ooh, what does this sound like?
Bitcoin mining.
Well, but also who has an interest in digging things?
Well, yeah, exactly. Spigot, whatever his name is.
Yep. Digging for math is backbreaking, thirsty work. Everyday men go in and fewer come out, but there's something at the bottom of that pit. Something big and old, very old. It's waiting for us. Can you feel it? It drives us on. It wants to be found, dug up, to rejoin this world, to unfurl every part of itself and raise up its terrible cry to shake the spine of God in heaven. We will unearth it. Soon. Soon. We must. Constance then wipes some blood from her nose and hustles on. Suddenly you realize you've totally lost track of Spigot. He's nowhere to be found.
Oh, fuck.
Do you want to continue the tour or do you want to look for Spigot?
I'll look for Spigot. That's the whole reason I'm fucking here.
Leaving Constance to continue the tour for nobody, you sprint across campus, crying Spigot's name and occasionally your own name for variety. Why not?
Yeah, why not?
You run past a gang of hooting burly boys in identical tank tops, taking turns slurping preserves out of each other's stubble. Oh.
What an image.
A bunch of crunchio types sitting serenely around an acoustic guitar that's lying there on the grass, just lying there. And a weathered guy with a fucking unbelievable physique in a rumpled old wizard's uniform playing a lawn game. Wait a minute. Yep, it's Spigot. He's playing cornhole with a couple of kids in head-to-toe seersucker. His eyes are riveted to the game with a feverish intensity that frankly kind of freaks you out. And he's also very bad at it.
Okay.
Do you know what cornhole is?
Nope.
It's this game where there's like two boards that are on like kind of like inclined with the hole in the middle, and you have to throw bags into the hole. We call it bags, too.
Yeah. I've seen that, yeah.
Yeah. You only can think of to ask, what the hell, Spigot? And so I make you.
Yes, thank you.
I'm sorry, he rasps, his voice weirdly flat, like when you ask mom the wrong question about dad. His devil-may-care swagger is gone, and he doesn't even look up at you, instead just staring fixedly at the opposite hole. I saw these guys playing this game, and I had to try it. I don't know why. I just got to get the beanbag in the hole. I've got to keep trying. I have to. At this point, you're thinking, we got to go back to Hogwarts.
Yeah.
And you say as much. He's resistant. He says, no, you go. Not me. I have to stay here. I have to keep playing. I think I'm addicted. Years without purpose, and suddenly everything snaps into place. The bag. The hole. It's my whole world now. My hole with an H world.
Yep.
He
Well,
laughs.
my job here is done.
I mean, I feel like you've accomplished your goal.
Yeah.
He laughs joyously and heaves a beanbag. It goes way wide. He turns to you and says, take this leaping linguine and go. Don't try to take me with you or I'll turn your blood into hair.
All right.
You have two
Fine.
options here.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing what your goal is but also keeping in mind what your job is, you can either slurp the linguine or tackle Spigot.
I'm going to slurp the linguine.
Bye, Spigot. Grudgingly, you accept the ensorcelled pasta. That didn't go great. You accidentally got a student completely addicted to cornhole. You didn't even get to see a statue of Einstein or anything.
Well, he's
Oh,
at
well.
college, isn't he?
I mean, that's how I feel. Oh, well, no one will probably even notice Spigot's gone except for maybe Hagrid, but at this point, Hagrid knows if he reports a student missing, everyone will assume it's his fault. And at least you got a student to a college.
Yep.
That's a step in the right direction.
I'm taking it as a win.
So you smear some lipstick around your thumb and forefinger, feed one end of the leaping linguine between them, and start slurping, and poof, you're back to your office. And I think just for timing's sake, we will carry on another time.
To be
Because you got 2 more
continued.
appointments.
Yeah. This could be a 3-hour episode if we carry on.
I didn't realize it'd be that long, but how did you feel about that?
It was good fun.
Okay. So part 2, maybe one day. Just remember that we are leaving off with you leaving Spigot at Princeton.
Yep.
Fully addicted to cornhole. You slurped his noodle and ended it back up at Hogwarts.
I did not slurp his noodle, okay?
I mean, you did.
I did. It's just what it implies. I don't, Well, that was good. Sorry, I just got carried
You're like,
away looking
I
at the snow.
dissociated because this was so boring. I'm sorry if that was boring. I was hoping it'd be more amusing, but
No, it was
I
fun.
have hope in these choose your adventure games, and maybe we'll even make
Yeah.
my own one day for you to go through. If anyone has any ideas about what they would like to see as the plot of a choose your own adventure game for Gemma, you know what to do.
Its way.
Write it in TSYBpod.
TalkShitToUs@gmail.com.
Oh yeah, that's it. Should we wrap with Am I the asshole?
You know I am, baby.
Baby.
Okay. Okay. My husband admitted he was chewing his dead footskin while we were about to get it on, and now I never want to be intimate again. Am I the asshole?
Oh my god. That's even more disgusting than the image I had of the frat boys drinking jam out of their beards. Or whatever it was.
Okay, the title
Oh my
says it
God.
all. We were snuggling and started to get intimate, and I felt his jaw munching on something over and over. I couldn't focus on what we were about to do, and I finally blurted out, "What are you eating?" He said, "You don't want to know." And I can't explain it, but I somehow instantly knew. I had found a pile of dead skin on a few different occasions on the dresser, and I've walked in on him exfoliating his feet aggressively on our bed with flakes flying everywhere. I responded with, "Oh no." And that's when he confirmed that he was chewing on a piece of dead skin from his foot.
This is making me gag. Like actual gagging. I'm not faking it. That actual. Okay. Ugh.
Okay, nearly done. Not only that, but he admitted that this has been a habit of his for a while now. I've made out with this man. I cannot fathom. I cannot accept this reality. I cannot believe this is happening.
Oh, no, me neither. I'm like trying to self-soothe by rocking back and forth.
So gross. Do you know what it reminds me of? Have you seen Gold Member?
Oh yes.
When he
Oh
eats
yes,
the
the skin.
skin.
Yes, that's a. Oh. Ugh.
Oh god.
Is that it?
That's
Is
it.
that the end? Is she? I mean, I feel like she didn't even need to ask this question, or they.
No.
I am so repulsed that I feel like I I don't know if I can actually
Continue with your life.
Yeah. Oh god. Okay, get it together, Kate. No, I don't think she's the asshole in this instance because that is unhygienic and upsetting and disturbing.
What if his feet are clean?
I don't think it makes a difference.
No?
No.
Okay, well, does this make a difference that apparently this is an anxiety disorder? And someone has linked to healthline.com and it's called autocannibalism.
I mean, it provides some insight into why, which makes it, I feel like, is helpful because, like, it's hard to envision why, like, someone who does that and, like, and for any rational basis, right? It's still very upsetting. And I think if we focus on the premises, if she's an asshole for not wanting to be physically intimate with him or feeling like she can't be because of it, like, she's allowed to have a natural reaction to his,
Yeah.
I guess, behaviors that stem from his mood disorder.
It also, I think, depends on like what his other hygiene is like. I have a thing. I really hate seeing other people's toenail clippings. That I really hate it. Even though we all have toenails, I
Yeah.
clip my own toenails, but seeing someone else's, I'm like, ugh.
There is, I can't remember what this is from now after all these years, though I think about it often. There was a TV show or a movie where one character was like clipping their toenails, and the other character, who I think was a roommate, was like, "Could you vacuum those up? Those things are creepy to step on." And I was kind of like, I mean, that is I think a good summation of a reason why toenail clippings are kind of gross.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, I feel the same way about that. Um and it's sure, like, let's say her husband does have anxiety issues and this disorder of auto cannibalism, and this is like, but again, it's kind of like until you do something to maybe treat those issues, like, it impacts me, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. I don't want to eat. I mean, eat your footskin in your own space. Do what you need to do.
Like, he could have just been super private about it and she would have never known, but the
Yeah.
fact that she learned about it, like, when they were starting to get intimate, I imagine it's really hard to, like, separate the two now.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a trigger, hearing a noise of it, like, that maybe
Yeah.
occurred during a traumatic event. It's so hard to undo.
Best comments. Tell him that's how people get athlete's mouth.
Is that a real thing?
I don't know, athlete's foot, I guess.
I'm gonna look it up.
Next comment. Hoof and mouth disease.
Leave it to Reddit to make something so horrible and cringy funny. Ugh. I mean, okay. Put yourself in this person's shoes. Think about it with Alan.
No.
How would you respond to this? No, I won't.
No, I just won't simply go there.
Okay, just a partner. It doesn't have to be Alan.
My first reaction would be, what the fuck? Can you not? It's fucking gross.
Yeah.
And also followed up with why.
Mm-hmm. And how long?
Why and how long? When did you last shower? Do you have verrucas?
And can you understand why this is really difficult for me?
Yes. Do you understand what's just happened?
Yeah. Oh, that poor person.
Poor girl. Or they.
Yeah, I didn't catch if you said it was female or not, hence
No, I
my
didn't say.
neutralizing of it. But yeah. Well, on that note, Nipples, Footskin, and Linguine.
Nipples, Footskin, just writing that down.
Episode title
And
done.
Linguine. So yeah, we are back with a bang, clearly. I'm sorry if anyone's eating. Maybe I should put a disclaimer at the top. So
Trigger warning, maybe don't eat while
yeah,
you
just
listen to
don't.
this episode.
Yeah,
That's a good idea.
probably a good idea.
Hey, and you know what? If anyone has experience with this directly or indirectly, maybe not the Footskin, but like auto cannibalism. Again, I get this. Like, I do understand that this might be that's a condition or something that is just like psychologically based, and I can have empathy there, but I still think about like how that impacts other people and like what is reasonable following that. So that's why I don't think this person's an asshole, because like it's understandable even if this is a condition, you know?
Yeah.
Of course, don't be a dick about it, but like have a conversation about how this has impacted you. Maybe therapy is necessary. Figure out a way to see if like you can create some positive experiences following this experience to help minimize that. But like I understand.
Yeah, like, is there any way you can self-soothe using another method?
Yeah, like rocking.
Yeah, exactly.
Worked for me.
Rocking back and forward, I don't know, tugging on your pubic hairs, something that doesn't affect other people.
I mean, I suspect that anybody who maybe has like auto cannibalistic experiences or engages in that kind of behavior, the recommendation would be to get therapy and perhaps medication, because I don't think there's probably a realm where anybody would say, well, you know, that's a healthy coping skill.
Yeah, don't worry about it. So
Yeah,
so
it's
popular.
fine. Just maybe
It's
do it in private.
surprising though in the comments how many people have experienced people doing this.
Yeah, I think hair eating is one that I've like,
Yeah, I've heard
and
of
you
that.
know, I think nail biting, even like, because people talk about doing that like anxious or nervous. I think
Yeah.
technically that counts, even if you aren't intentionally trying to eat your nails,
Mm-hmm.
but you do. I don't know.
And I've seen
So,
people like in videos that are like on public transport, like biting their own toenails and
ugh.
stuff, which is also disgusting.
Some things you just should do in private. God.
Oh, well, look, it's fun to be back, guys. Thank you for listening. We'll be back in your ear holes, possibly weekly, possibly bi-weekly. Who knows?
You know, we'll figure that out.
It's a surprise.
Yeah, we're into the surprise style podcasting where you get an episode, maybe you get a few on a consistent basis, and then we disappear for a while.
Yeah. We are fucking with the algorithms, so
We don't want you to get too attached either.
no. And talking of the algorithms, if you want to like, you know, follow, subscribe, recommend us to people you know, that'd be great.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
Maybe tell them not to start with this episode.
No, maybe
so they know it's not
for
always this
skin
disgusting.
related. Yeah.
Hey, I've missed you.
I've missed you too.
It was good to see you
And you.
talking shit with you. Until next time.
Until next time. Ta-ra!
Ta-ta!